So you did mention at MIT, you went to college for physics for 1 year and you dropped out.
Mhm.
What do you learn from that? Who do you think should and shouldn't go to college?
Mm. I think first of all, you shouldn't listen to me. Um,
That should be the name of your autobiography.
First of all, you shouldn't listen to me. I, I realized that I was there for the wrong reasons. I got completely like starting to get grades in school, which in Sweden at that time we started getting it at eighth grade. So when I was 14, it just kind of hijacked my brain because I realized that I could put a number on how smart I was. And I got obsessed with it. And I wanted to study mechanical engineering because I was like, I like machines. But then physics was kind of the hardest thing you could do. And I had this like deep need to prove to myself that I was smart. So I started studying physics, realized I wasn't that smart. I realized, or I mean, just mostly that I love math, but I don't love math 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And also, I think I am a generalist through and through. Like, I'm decent at a fair amount of things, but definitely not a specialist in any ways. And it was such a specialist type of area that I felt like the other parts of my brain kind of just dwindled and died. So I think most of all, if people are thinking about going to college, and especially if you're here in the States and it's so fucking expensive, really okay, there's two things I want to do. One is like actually go to a workplace where people are doing the job
Hmm.
that you think you want to do. If you want to become a doctor, like be at a hospital and like try to see how doctors work and if you actually like it, because I feel like people have a lot of ideas of what it's going to be like and it just doesn't match with reality. And then I think when people figure out what they want to do, there's kind of that's two separate questions, or there's two questions that you could split out of that. One is like, what do you actually want to do? That for me, for the last 10 years, is building stuff. But then there's a second part to that question, which is what context do you want to do that?
Hmm.
Do you want to build stuff at a startup or at a big corporation? Do you want to build stuff for an art gallery or for the movies or for YouTube? And I think that's often like people only learn how to answer the first question, but then it's like the context means as much because I was building stuff at Punch Through Design and I wasn't getting that like deep fulfillment. Like I felt like I wasn't fully using myself and like hitting all of my gears because I just wasn't that motivated about building stuff for other people. And I changed the context and everything changed.
And so sometimes you do need to consider resume and stuff like that for
Hmm.
depending on the. But I think people consider that way too much, especially in modern times. I feel like you don't need to go to college just for the resume. I feel like the biggest benefit of college, I mean, there's a bunch, but one is just to do hard things.
Hmm.
But you could do hard things anywhere. But some people need to be, I was probably one of those people, to be forced to do hard things.
Yeah.
And the other is to meet fascinating humans from all walks of life that are pursuing, that have all kinds of different passions, and allows you to learn. Depending on the major, you can learn generally, and you can search if you're doing it efficiently about what actually inspires you. And then the other thing is the resume thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you don't need college to find your passion to run with it.
I mean, I have so much college FOMO though.
Yeah.
Like, I chose a different set of experiences. And when I applied to MIT, I think I was 24 because I was like, oh, maybe I should become an electrical engineer because I
Yeah.
really liked electronics. But then I remember seeing that the average age was 18 and I was like, oh, fuck no, I can't hang out or like be in a room filled with 18-year-olds who are smarter than me.
Yeah.
So
And
I think I definitely like missed the train on having that experience, but at the same time, I did so many other things and I chose other experiences and I wouldn't trade them.